The best way to protect yourself against a predator is to reference their history. These people have modeled their tactics after animals. They're predators. The first thing about a predator, they usually hunt in packs. If you look at a pack of lion, they usually basically isolate one of their prey so that they can easily victimize the prey. That's what lions do. That's what animals do. These people have done the same thing to us. They isolate different countries in Africa and then they attack. But these dumb African leaders don't understand. The more they divide themselves, the easier prey they become. They've done that to us as well in America. You understand what I'm saying? They try to divide us as much as they can. You would never see a police officer try to defuse a situation by himself. He would wait until the pack shows up before he engages. That's just the way it is. That's the rule of engagement for predators. And we have to understand the animal instincts of predators. These are animals in human form. You understand? And we have to learn how to deal with them accordingly. We're going to keep saying this shit over and over, complain about the same thing because we refuse to basically accept these people for who they are. Going all the way back to predate slavery even. They've always acted like animals, uncivilized. You know, they want to control the world. They want to destroy the world and they believe in death. You understand? Only animals constantly hunt. That's what they've done. They're constantly hunting people around the world. France, Britain, America, Israel, all of them. They hunt for blood on a daily fucking basis. They have killed millions of people around the world for no fucking reason. Only an animal will continuously do that shit. But y'all keep seeing this human form and you're blinded by the animalistic instincts. They're animals. And we have to deal with them accordingly because they don't have any decency in them. There's nothing humane about them. Look at the way they've treated the world. Y'all need to wake up. I'm going to tell you how black exploitation, oppression, and subjugation has been perfected against black people. You see, rich black people, I'm talking about the millionaires, that are about maybe 1% of the population, they're not concerned with the issues that affect the middle class. You understand? And now the middle class, the people who worked hard, twice as hard, to get themselves out of poverty, once they become middle class, they get a little too comfortable. Now they're not concerned about the poor class. You understand? Now, the people at the bottom, they're struggling themselves, so they have no choice but to battle other black people, or you're Jamaican, you're African, you're Haitian, because they're fighting for position. The white people who are pulling the strings understand this. So they have us not just ignoring each other's needs, but we're also fighting each other on their behalf. You understand what I'm saying? So this blueprint that they've had in place for so long, over 400 years now, continues to work to perfection because black people refuse to address the root of the problem. The root of the problem is easy. It's called unity. You understand? But we refuse to unite. We're always fighting reasons to divide ourselves. We always want to say, oh, I'm not this, I'm not that, I'm different from you. Meanwhile, your oppressor, they collude and understand exactly what they all have to do collectively to keep you oppressed. Wake the fuck up. I don't know when black people are going to wake up. Y'all are just too comfortable living in the belly of the beast. I'm not making this video to defend Diddy, all right? As a matter of fact, fuck Diddy, okay? But we knew this was coming. And it's not just Diddy. You have to understand, these people know your vices. They know everything about you. They have people following you. They have people infiltrating your circle. You can't get away with shit.
Diddy was out here flossing like he owned Ciroc. You understand? Like, all these white people have put Diddy on. That means you're controlled. Every single puppet that you see across Africa or the Caribbean, they are owned by these fucking imperialists, these racists. They know their vices. These people, they specifically choose criminals so that they can turn around and corner the, to do exactly what they want them to do. Y'all forgot about Manuel Noriega? He's sitting in a fucking U.S. prison right now. He's a fucking U.S. puppet. This is what they do. And then they set you up when they can't kill you or when they can't bring you down. They set you up just like they threatened Dr. King, by exposing him because he had he had this white girl, blah, blah, blah. They told him to kill himself. They do not stop. I don't know why Diddy thought he was the king of the world. It does not work like that. Kanye, you name it. This is what they do. That is their ammo. We are living in the belly of the fucking beast. Understand that. Stop getting comfortable. It doesn't matter how much money you fucking make. It doesn't matter how much power you think you have. When these fucking demons want to go after you, they're going to get you. And they're going to know your vice. If your vice is, booty, men's booty, children's booty, women's booty, they're going to get you. If you like sex trafficking, whatever the fuck they're trying to accuse you of, if they know about it, they're going to get your ass. You want to deal on the up and up? These people will not deal with you. You understand? They're only looking for people that they can control. And the only way to control you is when you have vices. And when you have a criminal mind. When you want to do shit that you're not supposed to do legally. These are the people that they deal with, because when it's time to take your ass down, it's very easy to do.
Grand Rising. There's always deafening silence from the world when it comes to white imperialism, especially as it relates to black and brown people. And no countries lead the charge better than America, France, and Britain. It's not about what's going on today in Palestine with the Zionists trying to oppress the Palestinians. It's been going on for 75 years. When the Israelis basically forced people off their land and stole their land, the world said nothing. They did the same thing in Zimbabwe when the white invaders from Europe invaded Zimbabwe and stole black people's land. Nobody said anything. It happened in South Africa during apartheid. They're not saying anything about the millions of people losing their lives in the Congo right now. They're not saying anything about the millions of people being displaced in the Sudan and losing their lives daily. They're also not saying anything about the young kids being outfitted with U.S. AK-47s to murder people indiscriminately through gangs. You see, America has always played a role in white imperialism. They're the ones that support Israel. America gives more money to Israel on an annual basis than any other country. America was also supporting apartheid in South Africa for many years. And at the same time, America also placed sanctions on Zimbabwe when black people decided they wanted to take their land back from the white thieves who invaded their country. And when you look at Haiti, all the kids in Haiti in these gangs, all those guns, the AK-47s, were provided by America. You have to understand white imperialism and how people stay quiet and turn a blind eye whenever it's the exploitation, oppression of black people. So now, when these people push back, when BLM stood up, all of a sudden the world started to take notice. But nobody said anything about black people in America being oppressed, exploited, marginalized, subjugated. Nobody said anything about slavery for centuries. You understand? That's how white imperialism works. But when we stand up, when we decide to fight back, then all of a sudden, the world wants to act like they're taking notice. No, they've always known what was going on. They just want to stay quiet about it because they all benefit from it. The whole world needs to fucking get it together because black people are waking up. And it's not just Niger, Burkina Faso. It's all over the fucking world. And we're going to basically push y'all the fuck out if we have to physically. Grand Rising. I wish more black people or poor people would pay more attention to their status in this world. The situation for poor people is very different. When you don't have any money, nobody cares about you. You don't have any rights. You can't get any justice. The police can violate your rights all day, every day. Nobody's going to say anything when you're poor. When you're poor, you get treated like shit. If you look at all the people being treated bad around the world, they're all poor. Poor countries, poor people. Because society doesn't respect poor people. As long as you continue to be a consumer, you're always going to be poor. And when you're poor, you're at the mercy of affluent black people and sometimes white people because they have to take on your plight for you. And most of the time, they're not going to risk their livelihood to take on your plight. You see what's going on with Palestine right now, right? The Israelis are bombing them. The carnage that's going on, nobody's saying shit. That's because the people of Palestine, they don't have anything. You understand? You get an anti-Asian hate bill. Why? Because it's a wealthier community. The Jewish people, same shit. You understand? Until we understand that we have to be somewhat wealthy, we got to have economic power in order for us to gain anything in this society. Then they'll start fucking respecting us. But as long as we continue to waste our money buying that dumb shit, nobody's going to respect you because poor people have no privilege anywhere in the world. And y'all need to understand that shit. For real. We need to discuss all these things at freeblackword.com. Go join, because you know I can't talk my shit on here. Grand Rising. These are some of the behavioral patterns that black people need to change globally. When you see the colonizer coming into your country, whether it's somewhere in Africa or the Caribbean, do not welcome them with open arms. If you see them moving into the black community, do not roll the red carpet for them. They're coming to take over your fucking community. They're coming to take over your fucking country. If you see the colonizers speak in your vernacular that you created, or speak in a native tongue that is to Africans or Caribbean, don't applaud their effort. They're learning everything about you so they can learn how to control you. When you see them dancing to hip-hop, merengue, salsa, or whatever, no, we're not going to applaud that shit anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're culture vultures. They're taking your fucking culture and they're going to fucking basically use it against you to get rich or do whatever the fuck they want to do with it and tell you that it's theirs. You understand what I'm saying? There's so much about us that we need to change. Black people love to go out there and start regurgitating every fucking bullshit they fucking read in the Bible. Meanwhile, 99% of y'all don't even know the history of all the black heroes who have died for you. You don't know when they were born. You don't know when they died. You don't know what they've done. You don't know shit about them. But you know everything about these dead motherfuckers in the Bible who've never done shit, basically to free you. I'm sick and fucking tired of waking up every motherfucking day trying to open people's eyes, but most of y'all, 99% of y'all, want to fucking stay asleep. We are basically enabling these motherfuckers every time we applaud whatever the fuck they're doing with our fucking culture. We need to stop that shit. Nobody has more representatives and spokespeople while remaining active than Jesus. It's as if Jesus is in a courtroom and his attorney is telling him to plead the fifth, because the voice of the people, they tend to speak for him. Even in the Bible, you never hear the voice of Jesus. But yet, everybody's talking about what Jesus tells them to do. When is Jesus going to fucking speak? He must have been comatose doing slavery for over a century, because whatever it is that y'all are waiting on, whatever you got your hope on, instead of doing things for yourself, your Jesus has been silent. It's everybody else that's doing the talking. Y'all need to wake up. Grand Rising. The Sultans came together 400 years ago, and they collectively decided they were going to use every tool possible
and to this day continue to use every medium available to them to psychologically make you hate each other, meaning your own people are not even a preference to you. They show you images of Africa, you're afraid to go to Africa. They show you images of your own neighborhood, you're afraid of your own neighborhood, you're afraid of your own people. So they've removed you as a preference to yourself. They've removed you as a preference to your people. You understand? Let's not aid them in that. You understand what I mean? So when black parents take their children out of that community and move into a white neighborhood, you're basically removing the preference of your children possibly dating other black children away from them, because now they've become a token in a white community. They have to learn to adjust. They have to learn to be accepted by white people. So they're forever trying to please these people who are constantly teasing them, calling them names, pointing at them, because they have now become a token. You understand what I'm saying? Our athletes, they remove the preference from our athletes because black parents want to surround their children with white people because they think the white people are going to build better careers for them. So now they're constantly around white managers, white representatives, white everything. So more than likely, they're going to marry a white person. Another thing that we do, we're constantly telling black people they don't look good enough for us. So we're pushing them to remove their blackness as a preference for themselves. We have to stop doing that shit. You understand what I'm saying? We have to stop taking away the preference of black people because we keep denigrating them, or we keep surrounding them by people who hate them, and they have to fight hard to adjust, to assimilate, to be accepted. We cannot aid white supremacy. We have to unite. We can't hate each other. They spent all these years doing that to us, and now we do it to ourselves. Wake the fuck up.
I've heard y'all loud and clear. What's going on in Palestine and Israel is not our business. You couldn't be more wrong. Anything that happens in humanity is our business. First of all, I'm a black man. I will never forget who I am. I'm an African, okay? Meaning my primary causes are always going to be the black causes, okay? But at the same time, every time I post a video, I juxtapose the situation in Palestine to what has happened in America with black people, to what has happened in the Caribbean with black people, to what has happened in Africa with black people. We can't say what's going on in Palestine is none of our business, because it happened in South Africa. It happened in Zimbabwe. It happened in Botswana. It happened in North Carolina. It happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It happened in Rosewood. It happened in so many different fucking places. So we can't say, let's stay out of it. You understand? This is humanity. And you talking about the evildoers, the terrorists of the world, terrorizing people globally. If we stay silent, we're complicit. It's as simple as that. Just as the world was complicit when slavery happened, when South Africa apartheid happened. This is what happened. We cannot stand on the side and say, oh, this is not our fight. As a matter of fact, we should be the loudest voice because we have the experience. You understand? We deal with this shit on a daily basis. We have prisons without walls in the projects all over America. We have terrorists, the police terrorizing the black community for no fucking reason. You understand? We have black people being terrorized whenever they want to leave the black community to move into a white suburb. They get terrorized when they get there. So it is our business. We need to open our mouths. We need to make our voices heard. And I understand that we have so much to deal with on our own, but at the same time, we can't keep saying it's none of our business, because it is our business. Because if things get better in Palestine, we're going to shine a bright light on our situation as well. This is why I speak on it. This is why I always make sure I juxtapose the two situations. I don't never talk about Palestine without bringing in the black struggle. So please understand that.